Hello, my name is Anish Sharma, currently a freshman at USF, accounting major, and today I'll be going over Global Citizens Activity 2, the media selection activity. And just to get the elephant out of the room, my camera is a bit different because I'm recording in a different location than last time, so let's get that out of the way and focus on the assignment at hand, yeah? So, when it comes to Global Goal 16, it primarily focusing on promoting peace and justice. Its mission is to create an inclusive and just society where people are protected from violence, corruption, and all sorts of inequality, like racial inequality, for instance, just to name one. This emphasizes the importance of a transparent government, the rule of law, justice for all, and other systems I might be unaware of. In my perspective, I believe that this goal recognizes that sustainable development is impossible without addressing other overarching issues like ones that fuel conflict and also perpetuate the cycle of inequality. It's not just about fixing a broken system; it's about creating a better system, if that makes sense. One that fosters a good culture and fairness and inclusion. A specific example of where Goal 16 is needed currently at this point, I thought a good example would be to cover the ongoing war in Ukraine. This conflict highlights the devastating impact that weak international accountability can cause, and the failure of organizations to prevent large-scale violence. See the lots of casualties that occurred from this war, and and other tested and other efforts by organizations like the UN help document the where the government of Russia say has gone wrong, and these initiatives tend to uphold justice even amidst immense challenges, and emphasize the importance that strong institutions have to protect human rights and work toward long-term world peace. These conflicts such as this serve as a stark reminder that Goal 16's principles are critical not just for resolving wars per se, but but resolving institutional failures that allow them to happen in the first place. So the source I'll be covering today is The Trial of the Chicago 7, a film that came out in 2020 and covered the 1969 trial involving a group of activists accused of starting riots and crossing state lines during 1968 during the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, hence the Chicago 7. This film was directed by Aaron Sorkin, and for this discussion, we'll be going over the trial of Bobby Seale, leader of the Black Panther Party. So in the scene, Bobby Seale, again the leader of the Black Panther Party, is denied his right for self-representation in a court of law, and repeatedly goes against Hoffman over this treatment. This confrontation culminates in Seale being physically restrained and gagged in the courtroom, symbolizing the broader injustices faced by marginalized groups at the time. This scene in the movie showcases Seale's mistreatment powerfully through exemplifying systemic racism. This denial of fundamental human rights, including stuff like self representation, highlights how judicial bias and institutional practices perpetuate racial inequality. This directly contradicts the principles of judicial accountability through Judge Hoffman's actions, which demonstrate quite frankly, blatant disregard for human rights and fairness and whatnot in the court. Furthermore, the judge's behavior could be interpreted as a form of defamation, damaging Seale's reputation through public action such as physically gagging him, for instance, and like silencing him and whatnot. And this film uses persuasion through visual depictions of the injustice occurring, underscoring the urgent need for legal reforms that ensure equal access to justice for all, regardless of race or political affiliation. Seal's silencing not only becomes a dramatic moment, but a symbol of critique of the systemic failures at the time in the judicial system. This blatant disregard for Seal's rights serves as a reminder of the ongoing struggle for justice and equality, a struggle that resonates deeply with the goals of Goal 16. By exposing these injustices, the film challenges its audience to confront uncomfortable truths and inspires advocacy with more equitable future. And now here's how the key terms are connected. Systemic racism is connected through the trial's mistreatment of Bobby Seale, denying him basic legal rights. Judicial accountability is is connected through the judge's lack of accountability and how he mistreats Seale, demonstrating a failure of the judicial system at the time. Defamation, while not explicitly mentioned or like seen in the movie, but it is implied. Judge Hoffman's actions could be seen or argued to defamations through pronouncements and treatment of Seal, which could damage his reputation. I mean, Seal's reputation, at least. Persuasion. And this film uses persuasion, like techniques, to highlight the injustices suffered by Seal and the other defendants. And these definitions, these help the message of the movie, basically. So, in conclusion, that is how Seal's trial helps illustrate the goals of Goal 16. And yeah, that's my presentation. My name is Anish Sharma, signing off.